If you're a man over 60 noticing weaker, less frequent, or absent morning erections, please understand this is incredibly common, but also incredibly misunderstood. It's easy to dismiss it as just another sign of getting older, something inevitable you simply have to accept. But here's the crucial truth most men miss. This change isn't just about the passage of time. It's a direct signal from your body that key systems, your blood circulation, your nervous system's balance, and your hormone production, are slowing down in ways that are often modifiable. The good news? You don't have to resign yourself to this decline, and you certainly don't need to jump straight to prescription pills, injections, or invasive procedures. The solution might be simpler, safer, and more accessible than you imagine, literally resting in your own two hands. I'm Dr. Lucy, and for over 30 years, my practice has focused exclusively on helping men navigate the unique health challenges of their later years, specifically restoring that vital sense of confidence, energy, and intimate connection that can feel like it's slipping away. Today, I want to share with you one of the most profoundly effective, yet consistently overlooked, techniques I've encountered in my career. It's grounded in solid physiology, requires no special equipment, takes only minutes a day, and leverages points on your hand that most men never think to touch. These aren't mystical spots or old wives' tales. They are tangible access points to your body's internal wiring, influencing your heart rhythm, your stress response, your sleep quality, and yes, the blood flow essential for healthy erections. I'll guide you precisely to these 3 points, show you exactly how to stimulate them for maximum effect, and explain how integrating this simple practice with a few minor lifestyle tweaks can lead to noticeable improvements not just in your morning vitality, but also in your sleep depth and overall daily energy. And crucially, before we finish, I'll reveal a surprisingly common mistake men make, especially at night, that actively sabotages the body's natural repair processes and can completely negate the benefits of this technique, and how you can easily avoid it starting tonight.
So, stick with me.
The potential to reignite your body's natural flow and function is already within your grasp. If you haven't subscribed yet, I encourage you to click that button and turn on notifications. My channel is dedicated to providing science-backed, practical strategies for men over 60 to reclaim strength, achieve deeper sleep, and restore natural vitality, content you won't want to miss. If you find this information helpful as we go along, simply type 1 in the comments below. If it doesn't resonate, type 0. Your honest feedback is invaluable. It helps me tailor future content to address what matters most to you. Okay, let's lay the essential groundwork for this entire approach. We need to understand why your hand, specifically your palm, holds such unexpected power over your circulatory health and, consequently, your erectile function. This isn't folklore or wishful thinking. It's rooted in concrete neurovascular science, explaining how pressure applied locally can trigger systemic responses affecting blood vessels, nerve signals, and hormonal pathways throughout your entire body. Before we pinpoint the 3 specific spots you'll be working with, it's vital to grasp the profound neurological significance of your palm. It's far more than just a tool for grasping. When the topic of improving blood flow or tackling erectile difficulties arises, the immediate thought for most men goes to pharmaceuticals like PDE5 inhibitors, mechanical devices like pumps, or complex dietary regimes. The palm of your hand rarely, if ever, enters the conversation. Yet, this unassuming area is one of the most densely innervated regions of your entire body. Think of it as a high-bandwidth connection hub. Your palm contains a staggering concentration of sensory receptors, over 17,000 nerve endings packed into a relatively small space. This isn't just an anatomical curiosity, it's the foundation of its power. These nerves provide a direct, high-speed communication line to your central nervous system, your brain and spinal cord, your autonomic nervous system, which controls involuntary functions like heart rate and blood vessel constriction, and even have reflex connections to internal organs. This dense neural network is the reason why stimulating your palm doesn't just create a local sensation. It can send potent signals that influence core physiological processes far beyond your hand. Research consistently demonstrates this connection. A 2023 study published in Frontiers in Neuroscience highlighted how targeted hand stimulation can modulate autonomic nervous system activity, specifically enhancing parasympathetic tone. The rest and digest state crucial for vascular relaxation and sexual arousal. As men age, the communication pathways between the brain, the vascular system, especially the delicate endothelial lining of blood vessels, and the reproductive system naturally become less efficient. This breakdown is a significant contributor to weaker or less reliable erections. The often overlooked key lies here. Your palm, when stimulated correctly at specific neuroreflexive points, can help reactivate and strengthen these faltering communication lines. The parasympathetic nervous system, the very system responsible for triggering the cascade of events leading to an erection, relaxing smooth muscle in penile arteries, allowing blood to engorge the tissue, can be positively influenced through pathways accessible via your hand. Applying precise pressure to designated zones in your palm acts, like sending a targeted command. It signals the cardiovascular system to ease tension, promotes vasodilation, the widening of blood vessels, and encourages blood flow towards the pelvic region. Many men over 60 live with a baseline level of chronic, low-grade tension, often unconsciously held in their hands, shoulders, and chest. This constant muscular contraction acts like a subtle tourniquet, subtly but persistently restricting blood flow throughout the body, particularly to the extremities, fingers, toes, and, critically, the genitals. This isn't just theoretical, it's observable. Stiff, cold hands are frequently an indicator of suboptimal peripheral circulation. Releasing this deep-seated tension through focused palm stimulation is akin to opening a valve that was partially closed. You don't necessarily need external chemicals to force dilation. You need to remove the internal constriction and restore the body's innate capacity for healthy flow. The scientific validation for this connection spans both Eastern and Western medical traditions. Modern research, such as a 2024 meta-analysis in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine, reviewed numerous studies on acupressure and reflexology, concluding there is statistically significant evidence supporting their efficacy in improving subjective well-being and objective measures like reducing systolic blood pressure and improving heart rate variability, a key indicator of autonomic nervous system balance and cardiovascular health. Techniques like hand massage and targeted acupressure have endured for centuries precisely because they leverage this tangible biological link between stimulation of the hand's nerve-rich zones and systemic physiological responses. So, the next time you feel frustrated by your body's changing responses, remember, your palm is not a passive bystander. It's a dynamic interface packed with potential. The moment you begin engaging it intentionally, you initiate a conversation with your nervous and circulatory systems that can lead to positive changes in areas you might have thought were beyond your direct influence. Now that you grasp the profound potential residing within your palm, let's focus on the first and arguably most central of the three pressure points, Gong, often translated as the palace of labor, or more poetically, the heart of the palm. In traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, this point holds significant importance, situated at the very center of your palm. You can locate it precisely by making a loose fist. The tip of your middle finger will naturally point to the spot, typically nestled between the second and third metacarpal bones, just below the knuckles of your index and middle fingers. While its TCM name evokes imagery, its physiological relevance is concrete. Gong lies along the pathway of the pericardial meridian. In Western anatomical terms, this correlates to nerve pathways and vascular connections influencing cardiac function, emotional regulation centers in the brain, like the amygdala, and vascular tone. For men navigating their 60s and beyond, chronic low-grade stress and unresolved emotional tension are frequently the invisible architects behind declining circulation and diminishing erectile strength. This constant background stress keeps the sympathetic nervous system, fight or flight, subtly dominant, leading to vasoconstriction, narrowing of blood vessels, elevated cortisol levels, which can interfere with testosterone, and a dampening of sexual response. Lao Gong is intimately connected to the mechanisms that help shift the nervous system out of this stress state and into the parasympathetic rest, digest, and reproduce mode. Stimulating this point acts as a potent signal to downregulate stress responses. Studies utilizing functional MRI, fMRI, like one published in Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine in 2022, have shown that stimulating points like Lao Gong can activate brain regions associated with calmness and deactivation of the fear response, while simultaneously influencing the vagus nerve, the main highway of the parasympathetic system. This shift is critical, lowering perceived stress, reducing blood pressure, and crucially, promoting vasodilation that allows blood to flow more freely, including to the pelvic region. This is especially impactful in the early morning hours when testosterone levels naturally peak. To effectively stimulate Lao Gong, begin with your hand relaxed and open. Use the pad of your opposite thumb, not the nail, to apply firm, steady pressure directly to the center of your palm. Maintain this pressure while making small, clockwise circular motions. Breathe deeply and slowly throughout. Your breath is a powerful co-regulator, signaling safety to your nervous system. Aim for 1 to 2 minutes per hand. This isn't a superficial rub. You're applying sustained pressure to activate the underlying neural pathways. Consistency is key. Many men in my practice report initial sensations like a subtle warmth spreading through their hand or up their arm within the first few days. Others notice improved sleep onset or a gradual return of stronger, more reliable morning erections after a week or two of consistent practice. Lao Gong isn't an instant magic fix, but it's a powerful biological trigger point. It helps remind a system dulled by chronic stress and age-related changes how to access its own innate capacity for relaxation and vascular responsiveness. Think of it as rebooting a fundamental communication channel within your body. While Lao Gong provides a central calming influence, there's another point, smaller and often overlooked, that acts as a potent emotional release valve. When paired with Lao Gong, it tackles the mental and emotional tension that can physically constrict blood flow without you even being fully aware of it. This point is Xiaoxi, sometimes called Shaluo or simply the small stream or ditching point. Found nestled in the soft, fleshy webbing between the base of your pinky, fifth finger, and ring finger, fourth finger, Xiaoxi holds significant sway over emotional equilibrium. Why is this so critical for men over 60 concerned with circulation and vitality? Because emotional states aren't confined to the mind. They manifest physically within the body. Chronic stress, unresolved frustration, lingering grief, or persistent anxiety trigger biochemical cascades, releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones directly impact physiology. They cause blood vessels to constrict, shorten and shallow your breathing, increase muscle tension, and divert energy and resources away from non-essential functions like sexual response. This state of low-grade, persistent fight or flight is incredibly common, yet often unrecognized in older men. Xiaoxi is intricately tied to the body's emotional regulation circuitry. Stimulating this point helps facilitate the processing of emotional overload, accelerates the calming of the nervous system after stress, and supports the physiological shift necessary for blood vessels to relax and dilate when you are at rest. It essentially sends a signal: the threat has passed. It's safe to relax, restore, and allow full circulation. Locating Xiaoxi is straightforward. Relax your hand completely. Find the soft, slightly indented groove at the base of your fingers, specifically where the pinky meets the ring finger on the palm side of your hand, not the back. Use the tip of your opposite thumb, or index finger, to press steadily and firmly into this webbed area. You don't need excessive force. Firm, sustained pressure is what activates the point. Hold the pressure for 30 to 60 seconds per hand, continuing your deep, calming breaths. It's common to feel a slight tenderness or even a dull ache when you first find the right spot. This often indicates accumulated tension held there. With regular practice, daily is ideal, Many men experience tangible benefits, feeling more emotionally grounded and less reactive to daily stressors, experiencing fewer nighttime awakenings due to mental chatter, and observing a more consistent return of natural arousal cycles, including morning erections. The connection is clear. Releasing pent up emotional tension physically liberates the body's capacity for unrestricted blood flow, mental clarity, and deeper relational connection. It removes an invisible barrier to your body's natural restorative processes. The third point completes a powerful triad, focusing on a critical but often neglected factor in men's vitality over 60: high quality sleep and hormonal rhythm. This point targets the pineal gland reflex zone. If you frequently wake feeling unrefreshed, lacking energy, or missing the natural alertness you once had, the culprit may involve a tiny, pinecone shaped gland deep within your brain, the pineal gland. This gland's primary function is the production of melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep wake cycle, circadian rhythm. Disruptions in melatonin production and circadian rhythm have profound downstream effects. They can lower testosterone production, impair glucose metabolism, increase inflammation, and significantly impact cardiovascular health, all of which are intrinsically linked to erectile function and morning vitality. The fascinating connection is that there is a recognized reflex zone on the palm specifically mapped to influence the pineal gland via the nervous system. This zone is located at the very center of the base of your palm, just above the wrist crease, in the area corresponding to the heel of your hand. While it might look like unremarkable skin, stimulating this reflex point can send signals through the spinal cord and autonomic pathways to help regulate the pineal gland's activity, promoting a healthier sleep-wake cycle and more robust melatonin production. As men age, sleep often becomes more fragmented and less restorative. This isn't just an inconvenience, it actively erodes foundational health. Poor sleep quality is strongly associated with reduced testosterone levels, impaired endothelial function, crucial for blood vessel health and erection, increased sympathetic nervous system activity, keeping you in stress mode, and that persistent feeling of fatigue and disconnection. While doctors may prescribe sleep aids, they often overlook or are unaware of natural neuromodulatory approaches like this reflex point stimulation. Activating the pineal reflex zone offers a non-pharmacological way to support your body's intrinsic sleep-regulating mechanisms. To stimulate this zone effectively, use the pad of your index or middle finger. Apply light, rhythmic tapping directly onto the center of the base of your palm. Aim for a steady tempo, completing about 60 taps in succession. Pause for 20 to 30 seconds, allowing the signal to integrate. Then repeat the sequence for another 60 taps. This tapping method is believed to provide gentle, activating stimuli to the reflex zone without overstimulating. The effect is often subtle initially, but builds with consistency. Many men report falling asleep more easily, experiencing fewer midnight awakenings, feeling more refreshed upon waking, and subsequently noticing an improvement in morning erections within a few weeks. This improvement stems from better overnight hormonal balance, including testosterone, reduced systemic inflammation, and improved autonomic nervous system recovery during sleep. When you combine the pineal reflex zone stimulation with Gong for central calming and vascular support, and Xiaoxi for emotional release, you create a comprehensive self-care trifecta. This trio works synergistically. Gong calms the core stress response, Xiaoxi releases emotional constriction, and the pineal reflex zone supports the deep, restorative sleep necessary for hormonal balance and tissue repair. It's a holistic approach, quietly addressing multiple interconnected factors influencing your vitality using nothing but your hands and a few minutes of focused attention. Knowing how to activate these three powerful points is the foundation, but integrating them with a few simple, supportive habits can significantly amplify their benefits. Think of these boosters as creating the optimal internal and external environment for your body to respond powerfully to the hand stimulation technique. They enhance nerve sensitivity, support hormonal pathways, and improve overall circulation, making the work you do on your hands far more effective. These aren't burdensome tasks, they are easy, practical additions designed to fit seamlessly into your daily life. Begin by preparing your hands. Before starting your acupressure routine, soak your hands in comfortably warm, not hot, water for 3 to 5 minutes. This simple act has multiple benefits. It relaxes the muscles and connective tissues in your hands, dilates the superficial capillaries, and increases local blood flow. This preheating makes the nerve endings and reflex points more receptive to stimulation, enhancing the signal transmission. Think of it as warming up before exercise. It primes the system for better performance. After gently drying your hands, apply a small amount of lotion. Specifically, choose one with a citrus scent, such as orange, lemon, or bergamot. The reason goes beyond simple moisturizing. Citrus essential oils contain compounds like limonene, which research, including a 2023 study in the Journal of Neurochemistry, suggests have anxiolytic, anxiety-reducing, and mood-lifting effects when inhaled. The olfactory system, sense of smell, has a direct pathway to the limbic system in your brain, which governs emotions and stress responses. The calming citrus scent, combined with the tactile stimulation of the massage, deepens the overall relaxation response triggered by the pressure points, further promoting parasympathetic activation. Now, consider a simple nutritional synergy. About 30 to 45 minutes before your evening hand routine or bedtime, enjoy a small snack consisting of half a banana and a small handful of walnuts, about 6 to 8 halves. This combination provides targeted nutrients. Bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium. Magnesium, in particular, is a natural muscle relaxant and vasodilator. It plays a crucial role in vascular health and endothelial function, directly supporting blood flow. Potassium aids in fluid balance and nerve function. Walnuts are a unique plant source of melatonin, the very sleep hormone the pineal reflex zone aims to support. They also contain healthy fats, including omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, which studies, such as one in the Journal of Urology, have linked to improved erectile function and endothelial health. Together, this snack provides precursors and cofactors that support relaxation, vascular health, and hormonal balance overnight. Another quick but effective pre-stimulation step is fingertip tapping. Before pressing the main points, spend about 30 seconds gently tapping the pads of all your fingertips on the hand you'll be working on first, against a firm but slightly yielding surface, like a wooden table or even your own thigh. This light percussive stimulation helps awaken the dense network of nerve endings in the fingertips, sending a general wake-up signal through the sensory pathways of the hand and arm. This can heighten overall nerve sensitivity, making the subsequent focused pressure on Gong, Xiaoxi, and the pineal zone feel more distinct and effective. Many men report a pleasant tingling or warmth spreading through the hand immediately after fingertip tapping. Finally, consider this overnight support. After completing your evening hand routine, wear a pair of thin, breathable cotton gloves to bed. The goal isn't to make your hands hot, but to retain gentle warmth. Warmth helps maintain vasodilation, widen blood vessels in the hands, which prolongs the local effects of your stimulation. More importantly, research in thermoregulation suggests that warm hands can signal safety to the nervous system, promoting deeper sleep. Keeping the hands warm helps sustain the relaxed, parasympathetic state you cultivated with the acupressure, supporting continuous overnight repair and hormonal activity. These boosters, warm water soak, citrus-scented lotion, the banana walnut snack, fingertip tapping, and warm gloves might seem individually minor. However, their combined effect creates a powerful supportive ecosystem. They enhance nerve responsiveness, provide key nutrients for vascular and hormonal health, deepen relaxation, and extend the therapeutic window of the hand technique. It's about giving your body every possible advantage to utilize the signals you're sending it. Understandably, one of the most frequent questions men ask is, how soon will I actually notice a difference? It's crucial to manage expectations realistically. This method isn't a pharmaceutical drug designed for an immediate, forceful effect. Instead, it's a gentle, supportive practice that works with your body's natural repair and regulatory systems. It encourages a gradual return to balance, rebuilding connections that may have been weakened by stress, lifestyle factors, and the natural slowing of certain processes with age. Think of it as nurturing a plant back to health. Consistent care yields steady improvement. When practiced diligently, once daily, evening is often ideal for its sleep benefits. Most men begin to observe meaningful positive changes within the first 3 weeks. The progression often follows a recognizable pattern, building upon itself as you maintain consistency. During the first week, the most common initial change relates to sleep. You may find yourself falling asleep noticeably faster, experiencing fewer awakenings during the night, especially those related to racing thoughts or anxiety, and waking up feeling somewhat more rested than before. This improvement stems directly from the combined effects: the pineal reflex zone stimulation supporting melatonin rhythm, Gong and Xiaoxi reducing baseline nervous system arousal and emotional tension, and the boosters, especially the snack and warm hands, promoting relaxation. Additionally, you might experience the occasional spontaneous return of a morning erection, perhaps weaker or less frequent than you'd like, but its appearance is a key sign. It indicates that the pathways for vascular response and hormonal signaling are beginning to reactivate. Blood flow and nerve sensitivity are starting to improve. As you move into the second week, consistency starts to solidify these gains. Morning erections typically become more frequent and feel noticeably stronger and more sustainable. This reflects improved endothelial function, better parasympathetic activation upon waking, when testosterone is naturally higher, and reduced vascular constriction from chronic stress. Alongside this, many men report a subtle but significant shift in daytime energy levels. That persistent afternoon slump may lessen, mental focus often sharpens, and there might be a renewed, spontaneous interest in intimacy, a feeling that had perhaps faded into the background. You might also notice your hands feel warmer more often, less stiff in the morning, or simply more alive and sensitive. These are all external indicators of improved microcirculation and nervous system function throughout your body. Reaching the third week often marks a point where the benefits become more robust and integrated. Sleeping through the night becomes the norm rather than the exception. Waking with stronger, more reliable morning erections feels like a consistent pattern returning. The increase in overall energy feels more sustained, not just a fleeting boost. Perhaps most importantly, a sense of confidence often returns. Confidence in your body's responses, in your energy levels, and in your intimate self. This isn't about becoming 25 again. It's about feeling like the best, most vital version of yourself now. This cumulative effect arises from this energy. Enhanced blood flow supports tissue health and hormone transport. Balanced hormones improve energy and libido. Reduced nervous system stress allows for better relaxation and vascular function, and deeper sleep facilitates crucial repair and hormonal production. Remember, these results don't demand perfection. Miss a day? Just resume. The key is persistent effort over time. Don't be discouraged if progress feels subtle initially, especially in the first 7 to 10 days. You are gently coaxing systems back online, rebuilding connections that time and stress have allowed to fade. Your body possesses an innate intelligence for healing and balance. This technique simply provides the right signals and support to help it remember and restore its natural rhythms. When you consistently apply these signals and support them with the booster habits, the body responds. What you've learned here is more than just a technique. It's a powerful reminder of the agency you still possess over your own health and vitality. 3 specific points on your hand, stimulated for mere minutes each day, combined with simple, supportive habits. This is the essence of the approach. No prescriptions with potential side effects, no intimidating medical procedures, no expensive gadgets. Just your own 2 hands, a little knowledge, and consistent application. With 3 decades dedicated to men's health, particularly navigating the challenges and opportunities of life beyond 60, I've witnessed a fundamental truth. Your body possesses a remarkable, enduring capacity to heal, rebalance, and rediscover vibrancy when given the right support and signals. The slowing down you've experienced isn't an irreversible sentence. It's often a consequence of pathways that have become underused or blocked. You are not broken. You are not too old. You simply may not have been shown accessible, natural tools that align with your body's own wisdom until now. So, I urge you, don't resign yourself to diminishing energy, fading strength, or the loss of that essential connection to your intimate self. Start this practice today. Approach it not as a chore, but as a daily investment in yourself. Commit to the full 3 weeks. Give your physiology the consistent signal it needs to recalibrate. Observe the changes, however subtle they may start. Let your own body demonstrate its capacity for positive change. When you provide the right input, through these hand points, supportive nutrition, warmth, and relaxation, your body will respond. It's wired for survival and restoration. This method taps into that innate wiring. The potential for feeling stronger, sleeping deeper, and waking with renewed vitality isn't lost. It's waiting to be reawakened. Trust the process. Trust your body's intelligence and start tonight. You hold more power to influence your well-being in your hands than you might have ever realized. And the journey doesn't end here. Coming up, I'll share a specific evening ritual that builds directly upon this hand technique, designed to supercharge your results, particularly if you're looking to maximize the overnight repair and hormonal reset that are so crucial for morning vitality.